So at 5:15 this afternoon, our male gorilla Kumbuka got out of his back dens into a safe, secure keeper area. Our staff responded quickly and Kumbuka was tranquillised and returned to his den area, where I'm happy to report he's now grumbling away and actually interacting with the rest of his family in that area. So it's really good news for Kumbuka and us. So Kumbuka is an 18-year-old male Western Lowland gorilla, and we're proud that he's our breeding gorilla. And as I said, he's got his gorilla family here. He's got a 2-year-old daughter and 1-year-old son, and so he's now back in with the family and interacting well. The incident is under investigation at present. What I can tell you is that Kumbuka was always within a safe, secure area, and our keepers and our vets responded very professionally and were able to deal with the situation and return him to his dens. We're also grateful to the emergency services, who also responded very quickly and were there for additional support for this minor incident if we needed it. At no time was he actually out in the zoo, so he was still within a secure area within his enclosure. So at no time was there a risk to our visitors. We were grateful for our visitors in the zoo who cooperated very well with us and actually just moved into the building to allow emergency vehicles and our emergency response teams to move through the zoo freely.
So how would he have done that?
As I said, the incident is actually under investigation at present. What I can say is I'm really grateful to all our keepers and vets and emergency services who dealt so professionally with the situation. At no time was a risk to our visitors, and also really importantly to our gorillas. And it's really good news. At the end of this minor incident, he's back in with his family. He's sitting up grumbling away, and I've been told by the keepers that they're going to be giving him some of his favourite treats later on this evening.
I appreciate all that, but something must have gone. This doesn't happen normally, so what could have happened for him to get into an area he shouldn't have been?
As I said, the incident is under investigation at present. It's very early in the days, and I would just again like to pass on my thanks to staff involved with it, and it shows the high level of training that we have both with our staff here and also the interaction we have with the emergency services, that they were able to respond. So what we are grateful is that the emergency services, as they do with any London visitor establishment, react very quickly and will send 3 vehicles. We appreciate that their support was there to deal with this minor incident. As I said, the incident is under investigation at present, and Kumbuka was in a secure keeper area.
But you must have heard reports of what his temperament was like in the minutes leading up to this.
As I said, the incident is under investigation at present, and what I can tell you about Kumbuka's temperament, he's a lovely animal. He's a really impressive silverback. He's really gentle with his son and daughter in the exhibit. He interacts really well with the keepers.
Has there been any problems with him recently? Has there been any cause for concern about him in recent days?
Nothing at all. We think he's a great animal, and we're really happy that this minor incident was resolved so quickly and he's back in with the gorilla troop.
What about the public? Was there a lot of concern from the public? Was there a lot of panic?
No, it was the end of the day, so we only had maybe about 100 visitors in the zoo, and I would like to pass on all those thanks to the visitors that were in the zoo, because they cooperated very well with us and just moved into buildings so our emergency teams could respond very quickly, so I'd like to pass on the thanks to them. I'd also like to pass on, we've had a lot of inquiries about Kumbuka's health because he's a very popular male gorilla with our visitors and members, so just again to reassure them that he's doing really well.
So we're currently in London Zoo, loving life, and there's a gorilla. We think a gorilla's escaped. No one's really said much to us.
No, we were stuck in the cafe, and then we were escorted out of there by police after we were told to get away from the window. We weren't allowed to take pictures.
It was like being in Jurassic Park.
Very exciting. And then and then we were escorted. We've come back in now into the pavilion, but we're not allowed to leave. So
just waiting to see what happens.
Yeah. We heard that it was tranquillised just from people's walkie-talkies and stuff, and that it was a big gorilla. So other than that, we don't really know. But people have been to see it today and said it was really angry.
It was banging on the cage.
Yeah. Which is
yes.
Yeah. That's everything.
In preparation for the summer holidays, I know some families are starting to think about what they can do with their kids for the summer. We here at London Zoo have a given our gorillas some treats today, so we've given them watermelon, helps to refresh them, keeps them a little bit more interested. Some other animals have also received some treats today, so the penguins got some fishy ice pops, and the squirrel monkeys got some corn on the cob, and the lions got some blood trails as well. So our gorillas are very intelligent animals and we like to keep them busy as much as we can. So we offer them a variety of items throughout the day, and watermelon today is a really novel treat. We don't give it to our gorillas very often. So to give it to them, it helps them eat in different ways, appreciate different foods, and it also hydrates them on these really hot days. So the climbing structure was installed last year. It's really good at helping them, keeping them active. We try and put the food as high as possible to encourage them to climb up and grab as much food as they can. They love to swing around. They're obviously very strong animals, so they have no problem at all. And even the infant Zalika are starting to grow and explore on her own. She's getting very strong and she loves to climb nowadays.
So this is our new arrival, Kumbuka, our 15-year-old silverback gorilla from Paignton Zoo. He's only been here for 3 weeks and he's done an amazing job. He's already settled in brilliantly, considering he'd actually never seen a female before because he was living in what's called a bachelor group or an all-male group down in Paignton. So when he arrived, the first thing he saw were 3 other gorillas that he soon realised were not quite the same as him. And after a bit of investigation realised that actually they were females, so he had that to deal with. Brand new enclosure, lots to be getting on with. He's been integrating with them really well. The best is yet to come. They're soon to hopefully be ovulating, so he'll be mating for the first time, something he's never done before. And he's brilliant, he's settling really well. He's an amazing animal, we're really happy with him and really looking forward to having him as part of our really important breeding programme, as part of the EEP or the European Endangered Species Programme. Western London gorillas are critically endangered in the wild, and it's really important that we have a safe long-term population here at London Zoo. And it also complements all the work we do out in the wild protecting Kumbuka's wild cousins. This is one of the very few times he's been out so far. He'll be out all day, every day once he's fully settled, but because he's quite a recent arrival, we've wanted to gradually introduce him to all parts of the enclosure. So it's actually his second time out, but he's doing really well. He's a little bit on the destructive side. We were warned by his keepers from his previous zoo that he does have a bit of a thing for ripping enclosures apart, and he's certainly been doing that. He's been ripping a lot of the trees down, throwing them at the glass. That's just what he's doing. That's his way of saying, I'm in charge. And we're making sure that he's got every opportunity to exhibit all of those natural behaviours that we always encourage. So he's just being really a male gorilla, showing us that he's big and strong, he's in charge, and if he wants to break branches and throw them at the glass, then that's what he's going to do. So he's done really well, and we're really, really proud of him.